Hey everyone, it's Jay.
And Sean.
And we watched a movie.
Yeah, we did.
We sure did. So this is the movie review for The Princess Switch 2.
Switched again.
Switched again?
How could it have even happened once, let alone again?
Again? How does this keep happening? Oh my gosh, it's pretty amazing. Mike Rohl is the director responsible
Killing it.
for this happening for the second time. It is unbelievable, guys. But yes, second time. So this is a new Christmas title, just dropped on Netflix, November 19th. Have you watched the official Netflix trailer? You may have been highly anticipating this if you loved the first one as much as Sean did.
I'm sure everyone did.
Everyone did, of course. You know what? Netflix is putting out some pretty fun Christmas titles. Not to be taken seriously.
At all. At all. But that's okay.
But that's okay. It's Christmas. It is a time of magic and suspension of disbelief, Sean.
Yes.
It's the first thing you learn about Christmas.
It's true. You just gotta believe.
That's right.
You have to believe that there are
believe.
multiple Vanessa Hudgens out there just bumping into each other. Spilling coffee on each other.
Well, yeah, they need to quit the caffeine, clearly. So if you missed the first one, a quick summarization here. Stacy is a baker from Chicago who goes over to Belgravia to enter a royal baking contest for Christmas. While in Belgravia, she meets Margaret, who is actually like a Lady Margaret from Montenaro, a neighboring kingdom, a neighboring European country.
Yeah, all these small European countries. There's so many we can't keep track.
Try. Sean will help you with the geography. He's real good. So Lady Margaret is in town not just to judge the baking contest, but because she is marrying the Prince of Belgravia, Edward.
He's not a vampire.
He's not a vampire, no. He's been thoroughly checked for vampirism. No, but I mean, she's not super into him because he's a little stuffy and a little overly organized, and she's a free spirit.
That's right, she's very spontaneous.
Very spontaneous, but also duty-bound to her country, and she does believe in marrying for alliance. So
yeah, it's an interesting little mix.
Yeah, not super consistent, but that's what makes her a real firecracker, guys. So they meet very early on, Stacy and Lady Margaret, and realize how much they resemble each other.
After looking in a mirror.
To confirm it, yes, it's not just in person, it's in reflections too.
That's when you really notice it.
That's when it's for sure, yeah. So, wouldn't you know it, Lady Margaret's always wanted to live as a normal person, and Stacy, I'm not sure why she's into it. Do we know why she's into it? She just goes along for the ride.
She's just nice and supportive.
Sure.
Of people that look like her.
She's left Chicago for the first time. She's in an unknown European country. Supposedly to cheer her up after a breakup. This is friend Kevin who has brought her here. Friend and sous chef. So she's got 2 days of free time before the big baking competition. And instead of like getting to explore the European country she's in, she's just going to sit in a stuffy castle. Like it seems like a weird trade-off for her. But anyways, let's just go along with it.
Let's believe.
Let us do that, yes. My goodness. So Vanessa Hudgens, yes, so far she has taken up all of these roles. Edward is played by not Vanessa Hudgens. Good for him for sneaking in. Sam Palladio actually gets a role. He is the Prince of Belgravia. While they're switched, Stacy, posing as Lady Margaret, starts to fall in love with Prince Edward. It's a scandal, I know.
That is a scandal.
Boyfriend.
Yep.
And yet, Lady Margaret is falling in love with Kevin, the friend and sous chef.
Oh, what?
Oh
they
my
just had to switch in order to find love.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So here we are at the second one. Stacy and Prince Edward are married.
That worked out.
Check. Yeah, it did work out.
So now Stacy is a princess.
Correct. They are in Belgravia, but they have now traveled over to Montenaro to Margaret's queendom because she's about to be crowned queen. She's inheriting the throne.
Yay!
So they're over in Montenaro to support her. Her coronation is going to be on a Christmas Day.
How exciting!
How exciting. And Stacy is able to convince Kevin to make the trek over from Chicago, where he's still making cupcakes, because he and Margaret broke up 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So sad.
It is very sad.
But you know...
Kevin's sad. Margaret's sad. It's just sad all around.
Although Margaret also has a chief of staff nipping at her heels.
Oh yeah, Tony.
Semi-proposing to her. You sound like you're Team Tony.
No.
Scandalous.
It is scandalous.
Nick Sagar plays Kevin, comes over, and the sparks are still there, guys. But it's complicated with Tony hovering around.
Yeah, it is.
So, well, you know, what are they going to do? They're going to switch again. Yeah, they are. So Stacy, who still looks like her, thank goodness they kept their hair the same.
Yeah. Their hair is more similar in the second one than it was at the beginning of the first one.
Yes, that's right. So she is going to step into the future queen's shoes and just go through all that boring coronation stuff, freeing up Margaret to escape the palace and go spend time with Kevin to see if anything's still there.
And it is.
Ooh. But there's a hiccup, guys. Because you know what?
What?
There's a third lookalike.
No!
Oh.
How could there be a third lookalike?
Well, I'm glad you asked, let me tell you. Her name is Fiona, and she is a cousin of Margaret's. So, a down-on-her-luck cousin who's already burnt through her fortune and is looking to get her hands on some more. Those royal coffers are calling her name, and wouldn't you know it, she looks just like the queen.
I look like many of my cousins. Identical. No.
I don't know.
Not
I
at
can
all.
tell you apart.
Yes, you can. If I pretended to be one of my cousins, no one would buy it.
That is true.
Even if I cut my hair the same way as them.
Still true.
Still wouldn't
yes,
work.
still would not work.
But
no.
I am in the minority.
Clearly, yeah. Poor Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
can
not that
only-
you have a lot of rich cousins anyways, but
No.
you might one day.
Maybe one day.
It happens, apparently.
Maybe one of them will become a prince or princess.
Yeah, well, we've been through this.
Yeah.
It's hard to pose as your male cousins. I don't think you're going to be able to pull off the female ones,
No,
Sean. You better stick
no one's
with
gonna
Prince.
buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even if I talk in a British accent.
Oh boy. Sean, first of all, it's a Montenarian accent,
It just sounds British.
which sounds a lot like the Belgravian accent. Yes, it
Also,
does.
Yeah, it does.
So yes, Fiona, cousin Fiona. Oh, she's a schemer.
She's trouble.
She is trouble. So now we've introduced a third lookalike to the mix, and oh boy, she is gonna stir things up.
It is gonna get confusing for everyone.
Everyone.
Who will not be familiar with the concept of 2 or 3 lookalikes switching for each other. This is
No.
gonna blow their mind.
It is. And I just feel like I need to warn everyone about this one this one piece that is particularly concerning with all the switching going on. Prince Edward is horny as heck.
Yeah.
The poor guy spends this whole movie trying to get laid, and now we don't know which one his wife is.
And they don't tell him.
No, they don't.
For
They keep telling like the
reasons
secretary.
unknown, yeah.
The nanny gets to know.
Kevin's daughter knows.
Kevin's daughter is savvy enough to figure it out. His 8-year-old daughter figures it out in seconds. Edward, well, maybe Edward's just horny enough.
Maybe he doesn't care, yeah.
Poor Edward. Anyways, so switched again. And now there's 3.
Yeah.
3 ladies in play. Fiona did have the weird hair this time, but gets it cut and colored.
Yeah.
It's the way. I mean, how is this possibly gonna go for number 3?
What can happen next?
Which is already green lit.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
They already have 100 million views and it hasn't even been released yet.
So that is math that works
It's math
out.
that doesn't really work, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a hit.
But did you love it?
Yeah, kind of.
It's just
It's so
it's
ridiculous.
a soap opera, right?
Yeah.
It's like a weird Christmas soap opera, just with so many ridiculous twists. You're like, yeah, let's go with it.
Yeah, it is.
This is fun.
It's fun. And also, all the accents, they all have different accents that
They
they
do,
just,
yes.
they will imitate each other's accents quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense when you think about it.
Sure. To think real hard on that
Yeah,
one.
you do.
Anyways, the costumes are wonderful. I could just be in this for the costumes. I feel like these princesses and queens are allowed to dress like 10% sluttier than like Kate and Meghan. It's a little lower necklines.
Mm-hmm.
The set dressing, as always, is sumptuous and delicious.
Oh, it looks great.
Even the royal bedchambers have like 70 Christmas trees
They
in
do,
them.
yeah.
Like you couldn't find a blank spot on the wall to spit. Like
No,
they are
and
covered head to
one
toe
of
in
the
Christmas.
princesses throws a diamond bejeweled tiara on the Christmas tree. And it just sort of blends in. It doesn't even stick out because of how well decorated these things already are.
That is true. Yes. Anyways, I thought it was funny because watching the coronation, I did think, who should have a crossover into this movie is the couple from Aldovia in The Christmas Prince and then The Christmas Baby, what's it? I don't know. There's been a few of those as well, and I thought the Aldovian prince and princesses, they should really be friends with these people. And then they were there.
They were there. It's a shared universe.
It's a shared universe, but in the first movie, in the first Princess Switch, Stacy and Prince Edward watch a little Netflix.
As they do. That's very
In every
common in
Netflix
every
movie.
Netflix movie.
Yes. They also watched it in the night before Christmas. They watched a little Netflix and they watched Christmas Prince. So,
Which is kind
somehow,
of, yeah.
I don't know how that works, but I can't wait to find out
Yeah.
in Switcheroo number 3.
Switcheroo.
Don't give that away for free,
I
Sean.
know.
Hold on
Yeah.
to that under your hat or something. Your crown.
Too late.
Oh, jeez.
It's out there.
Anyways, gosh. You know what? It's a silly movie. It's family friendly. You can't possibly take this seriously.
No.
But it's
Please don't.
lighthearted fun.
It's fine. It is very lighthearted.
Yeah.
It knows what it is.
Yes,
It's
that's right.
enjoying itself. Just come along for the ride and be switched away.
Switched away. That's very nice. Yes.
Thank you.
Well, you might as well. You might as well get into the spirit, embrace it. I think we need a little escapism, especially this year.
Yeah, so you could just dream of going to a fictional European country and meeting royalty and marrying them or their twin.
Ooh.
It works.
Or just a fair warning, it might be Sean dressed as a lady.
It
So
might be.
double check.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got some weird ideas in his head lately. You might want to just double check.
Can't hurt.
I mean, you'd make an awful lady. I'm sorry.
I know. You don't have to be sorry. It's true.
It's so true.
It is true.
Hideous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this
switched
movie
again!
switched
Yay! Woohoo! So yes, November 19th on Netflix. And then all Christmas season long, you don't have to turn it off.
Oh, you can just put it on repeat. I'm sure there's a function for
well,
that.
that's the thing. These Christmas movies that Netflix has released, they put out the stats. I think one year they told us that one lady had watched it like 187 times.
It's amazing.
Good for you, that one lady. Who the heck are you, and what's going on in your life?
Yeah, it's something
But you made
great.
the news.
Yeah.
Thank you, Netflix, for releasing your ridiculous stats and outing Cat Lady. Who wants to be a princess?
Who doesn't?
Well, we know you do.
Yeah.
So have fun with the Switch. I can't believe it happened again, and I bet you can't either. But let us know if you have a lookalike cousin. I think we should all be thinking a little harder about the possibilities here, because they have 3.
They do.
3.
3 so far that we know of.
That's right. You got a funny feeling about that, eh, Sean?
I do, yeah.
Oh boy.
I can see where this is going.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to content ourselves with number 2 this Christmas, but we'll be dreaming of the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.